So let's get started. Finding and securing deals faster. So back in the day, I used to take about 30 minutes to an hour just looking online for great deals, picking the ones that I liked, going out to view them. And within 2 months, I was very frustrated because I had nothing to show for it. So I had to go back to the drawing board. There are three types of sellers. There are the motivated sellers. There's the full value sellers that want full value for the property. And there are the sellers that are not ready to sell. And if you're doing this long enough, you realize that 95% of the leads that you get are the tire kickers. And what I wanted to do was focus on the 1 to 5% of motivated sellers. So using Lightstone, I was able to accurately find the best areas to flip in, target the homes with the highest equity, properties that were owned for more than 10 years. And I'm going to find a direct line of contact between me and the seller. So I thought we'd do something interesting. I wanted to invest in an area I know nothing about. I chose Rustenburg, and I want to know everything about the area from an investment point of view before the end of the day. So how I would go about doing this is I would go to Lightstone and I would do a transfer report of all the suburbs in Rustenburg. And I would compile sales within the last 12 months in each suburb in Rustenburg. And I would collate that into a spreadsheet. And once I've got the report down, I have a general overview about the markets in Rustenburg and draw my conclusions of what strategies I could possibly use in that area. And I'll verify the data using agents in the area or possibly someone in the SEPN network. What I did next was that I found an area that I liked, and that is Safari Tuane. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Safari something. And what I did was that I went to Airbnb just to research the kind of Airbnbs in the areas. And I chose a street that I liked, and that's called Whoop Whoop. So then I went back to Lightstone and I did a owners in the street report, and I got a list of all the owners in the street who have a good amount of equity in their properties. And then I used Lightstone's Easy Contact to provide me with the contact details. And these are the people I would market to. But in this case, I would broaden my search area and do a few streets and do a bulk easy report. And by doing that, I'll increase my chances of finding a good lead. And that's how I would actually go about finding a property for an Airbnb. I wanted to also find out what a buy and hold strategy in that area would look like. So what the TPN report told me, 56% of rentals are freehold, and of that 56%, homes that have 3 or more bedrooms are more favorable. The effective yield for the average investor is about 5.5%, but I can compensate by that by just buying at the right price. So my demographic is mostly Afrikaans-speaking people, and they're mostly high-income earners. So a 3-bedroom house is going anywhere from about 10,500 to 14,500 rand. TPN also tells me how many homes in that area are owned free and clear, and that's 18%, and that's an important number for me because I'm going to market to those people. So let's put all the data together. So properties in that area are going on average for about 1.5 million rand. And Airbnb strategy, you would be getting anywhere on a really good month, 24,000 rand to about 34,000 rand. On a buy and hold strategy, you'll be getting anything from 10,500 to 14,500 per month. So if I'm looking for a gross yield of 15+%, I would be looking to purchase a property in that area anywhere from between 840,000 to around 1 million. And once I've got my area, my strategy, and my criteria worked out, and I have pulled my list of sellers I want to directly contact, I would market to these sellers, and hopefully from that, I would get callbacks and I would qualify those leads on the phone to see whether they're motivated or not. So right now in Johannesburg, from my marketing, I get about 8 positive leads. It takes about 10 minutes for each lead for me to qualify them and to see whether they're serious about selling to me. Once I find the 1 or 2 properties I know I can get under contract, I will spend about 2 hours viewing each one. And once I got all the data in place, I would package the deal and spend about 1 to 1.5 hours. It's very important for me in this point that before I even send a deal that I've got it down on the contract or I have an investor ready to go in. So other things I use Lightstone for is I would use the bulk context tool to skip trace all my leads. I use Lightstone to do comparative analysis during negotiations. I can also determine who else is investing in the area. So I'm getting a gauge of my competition. And as I said, once I've got the acquisition part sorted out, I've got the next stage is dispositions, and that is essentially uploading the deal onto a willing investor. And I use Step and Connect in that regard. And that's how I use Lightstone and TPN to find deals I want, and how I use the numbers to confidently make an offer.